Hello and welcome back, Commanders and Commanderettes. Chesty Puller here with another video. This is for the Holdout event. It's October 13th, 2023, and this is how to do the event with a unique set of units. I'm only using a total of 8 units and a total of 5 different types of units. I'm using the regular Devon, because the brother Devon does not fit. He's bigger. I'm using 4 Bayroks, the Sea Wizard, and my Elite Screamer. Basically, my Bayroks are doing all the damage. The Sea Wizard gives a bonus to the Bayroks. That's why I'm using the Bayroks. If you don't happen to have Bayroks, my Bayroks have 850 range. I did this at first with 4 Cosmortars. It was essentially the same outcome. The problem is the Cosmortars only have 650 range, but they shoot faster and they shoot more powerfully. So, but the Sea Wizard does not give the Cosmortars a bonus. The other thing that I'm using here, you see that black aura, is the Oxford. And the reason I'm using the Oxford is, one, for his high priority unit that just came out right there, the orange unit, slightly off to the right hand side of the black aura. That's a high priority unit. And notice I have the Oxford on defense. You have to put him on defense, otherwise he'll start moving around. When certain helicopters start shooting his drone, it'll actually transfer damage over to him and he'll start moving around and he'll screw everything up. So put him on defense. Also, my regular Devon, I put him on defense because his drones start moving around and they'll get underneath a unit. Something will shoot the drone and the unit will take damage. So I put them on defense. I let them move out a little bit to get them away from my Oxford, and then I put them on hold. If you look closely, they have moved away from the center of the black aura, and they're sort of hanging out just to the outskirts right there, and that's where you want them. And then put them on hold. You can use, you can move your Bayroks around as much as you want. The black aura, by the way, from the Oxford, is supposed to do a flat damage reduction of 20,000. Clearly, it is not working. This is absolutely free repair, but the 20,000 damage to any friendly units in the aura is clearly not working. I'm not taking 20,000 damage, and I'm taking some damage, and it's showing on my Bayroks, but there shouldn't be any damage because they are clearly inside the aura. Anyway, I don't know if Kixeye is going to fix that. I don't think that anybody has probably reported it, but it is clearly not working. It's supposed to be, as I read it, any friendly unit inside the aura should have a 20,000 flat damage reduction, which means this should be 0 damage. So anyway, back to this attack. You don't want anything moving around, really. The only time I really move around is when I go to get one of those crates. I do not have to worry about the bonus, okay? Because I have the Screamer in here. The Screamer is not a Sentinel unit. Everything else that I'm using is a Sentinel unit, or it is the Devon is a Sentinel, the Oxford is a Sentinel, and the Bayroks and the Sea Wizard are non-faction, so they won't count. So if I just had those in there and did not use the Screamer, I would get a big bonus for Sentinels, because my current um, CC is a Sentinel CC. I used to have the Survivors CC for my Cos mortars, but I switched it because of the units that I'm using right now the most, which are the cannons and the Oxford. So, but with the mix of the cannons and the Cos mortars, you don't get the bonus at all. Probably the best CC bonus out there is Bloodlust, but you can only use Survivors, and that was working great when we were using just the Cos mortars. That was working great, but you have to keep in mind. And then the Brother Devon is also factionless, so you can use Brother Devon with the Cos mortars and still get the Bloodlust. So the first thing you want to do, here's base 2. By the way, base 1, 2, 3, and 4, or 1, 2, 3, and the bonus are identical as far as your tactic. You're using the exact same units. You're using the exact same tactic. Now, notice my little orange guy got out there too far before I put him on defense. I'll correct that in a minute. I can't move my guy around right now because there's two. Now see, now I bring him back in. Now I'll put him on defense there. I'd like him to be further back, but if that's as far back as he's going to come, I don't want to be moving around my Oxford, and that changes where the aura is. So I'll leave the Oxford alone, and I'll leave that drone where he's at. It's fine. It's not the end of the world. If he gets killed, another drone will come out instantly. So the way that works is there's a cooldown time on the drone coming out, right? But because this drone has survived a long time, the cooldown time is over already. Now, if this orange drone gets killed, then another drone will come out instantly. But if that other drone gets killed before, I think it's like 30 seconds, then I won't have another drone coming out for 30 seconds. That's part of the reason why I have regular Devon in here, because he doesn't have a high priority, but he has higher priority than the Bayroks, which essentially have no priority. The Bayroks, that I can tell, don't have any priority. So one thing you want to keep in mind is you saw that I have my Screamer in a second platoon. If you bring your Screamer out right away and before you can get your defenses set up, and they kill your Screamer, that Screamer is a long time to repair. I don't know what it is for you, because I don't know what level your buildings are, but that Screamer can be, or it used to be, max, I think it was like 19 hours to repair it. So I don't know what it is. I haven't had my Screamer damaged in such a long time. I do not know what the repair time is anymore, but I do remember it used to be, if I put it in my base defense, it was like a 19-hour repair. That's why I just don't use it in my base defense anymore. The repair time is ridiculous on the Screamer. So, and now with fighter or legendary fighters, you're going to get hit with legendary fighters anyway, and I believe they're immune to the Screamer, so it doesn't really matter. Don't put the Screamer in your base unless you want massive repair times. So anyway, so that's the tactic, and as you can see, I'm not moving anything around. Occasionally I'll take one of the Bayroks and go and get one of the packages. Like I said, if you get the package and you've got your if you don't use this setup, I don't think it's going to work. I think you're going to take a lot of damage. So I would recommend using this setup. If you don't have the Sea Wizard, that's the only unit I would say probably is not essential. But I will tell you, on the Holdout bonus, it is a relentless amount of aircraft coming in, and it's just relentless. And so really, I think you want to have the Sea Wizard. You definitely, on the Holdout bonus, need the Screamer. If you don't have the Screamer, I don't know what to tell you. It's the same thing I told everybody on the last Holdout. It was like a requirement to have the Screamer. So if you don't have it, I really think that you cannot do the higher levels of this event, which means you're screwed, because they don't really let you restart until you finish at least level 3. I don't think you have to do the bonus, but you have to finish level 3. Otherwise, then you have to start paying to restarting the event. But if you use this tactic that I'm showing you and follow the little base rules of try to get everything, see where I have my little orange drone now, that's the perfect spot. That's the perfect spot. You want him behind the bay rocks. You don't want him out at the edge of the black aura. The bay rocks will eventually kill anything that's shooting that guy. And so this is the perfect example here. And then if you do run out and get any of those packages, just bring those guys in and put them in an empty spot in the black aura, because if you have them just running around, they will die so quickly and they won't do any good for you. So don't have those guys running around unless it's the Omen. The Omen can run around and he's helpful. But the rest of them, they'll die like instantly. Including the Salvador. I mean, for some reason, the Salvador just dies pretty quickly if you get a bonus Salvador there. The Omen is probably the best one there. Once again, that's instant repair. Don't forget, I just noticed, I wanted to make everybody aware that the bonus XP, see it up there on the left corner of my screen, the 100% bonus XP and then the 150% bonus XP is stackable. You want to buy both of those. That's your first thing that you want to buy. When you first do the first two bases, base 1 and base 2, after that, buy the bronze or the gold, whatever it's called. It's called bronze or gold XP bonus. And then that's the kind of like golden colored one. And then go in and buy the silver or the platinum one. I think it's platinum and gold is what they are. And but you have to wait till you finish the third base before you can afford to buy the platinum one. So, but if you don't put the gold one on after the second base, then you're not going to get enough XP on the third base to get the platinum one. So don't forget, right after the second base, before you buy anything, before you buy any workshop, before you buy anything else, get the 100% bonus. That'll turn 1 million into 2 million instantly. And then when you get the 150% bonus, then you're getting a total of 250% bonus. That means that a 1 million point base is now worth 3.5 million, because you get a 250% bonus. So that's definitely worth it. As a matter of fact, because of that, this event should be over pretty quickly. If you don't do that, you're gonna work your butt off to get everything done. So we're only taking like minute damage on this. Base 1, base 2, and base 3 are pretty close to the same difficulty. I don't think that they're that much harder. Obviously, base 2 is a little bit harder than base 1, and base 3 is a little bit harder than base 2, but not by any magnitude. It's pretty regular. But base 3, but base 4, the bonus base, that base is different. That base has so much air coming in at the same time that if you do not have the Sea Wizard and if you do not have the Screamer, you're going to have difficulty surviving, because it's literally hundreds of helicopters coming in at the same time. I don't know how many it is. It's too many to count. And then when you think it's over, another batch comes. You'll see here in a second. We're going to do it in just a second. But you're like, oh, good, that's it. I'm done with this base, right? And then another batch of hundreds of helicopters come, and ground units too. And then you think, oh, that's got to be it, right? And then another batch of hundreds of helicopters come. And it's got to be over 100 helicopters for sure. Can you imagine? You'll see it here in just a second, but it's a lot. And the Sea Wizard takes them out pretty amazingly. So I'm using the Sea Wizard. I wouldn't do that base without the Sea Wizard. And if you don't have the Sea Wizard, I have no idea if you'll be able to do it. You might be able to, because without the Sea Wizard, you'll have more room and you can put some more things in there. And as long as you got the Screamer in there, you might be able to do it without the Sea Wizard. But I would definitely say I wouldn't want to try it. Yeah, if you do not have the Sea Wizard, I believe that you can do this 1, 2, and 3. But the 4th bonus base, you need the Sea Wizard, and the Sea Wizard is available in the store, I believe. I saw that there is Sea Wizard. There is Sea Wizard parts. I did see them. Even though I have the Sea Wizard, I could still see that there were Sea Wizard parts available in the store. Also, something weird happened. I saw the Brother Devin was in there, and I know that a couple of people in my clan didn't get him, so I thought, oh good, they can get the Brother Devin, and now he's not in there. He's not in there for it'll show you what you've got already, and he's not in the owned description anymore. Like if you own it and I own it, but he's not in there, so that I think that he's not in the store anymore. So I don't know what to tell you about that. I don't know if that was a glitch or a mistake or whatever. Speaking of glitches, my Bayrock on the left right there seems to be glitched. It doesn't seem like he's firing at all. He's turning, but no bullets are coming out. I think he's glitched. I think because the aircraft get too close, and then my Sea Wizard is hitting them, and the Sea Wizard and him have the same range. They both have 850 range, so the Sea Wizard shouldn't even get a chance to shoot him, and he's not doing his job, so he's glitched, and I don't know what to do about that. Nothing I can do. We're halfway in the attack here. I don't know what I did. I moved him around, and I was picking up some stuff, but he's not working at all. So basically I did that with 3 Bayrocks, not 4, because that 4th one was not working at all. He was just turning towards everything, and no bullets were coming out. No shots fired. So here we go, guys. We'll go do the bonus base. And like I said, this should all be instant repair. So I'd like to point out that in my platoon, I have a second platoon where I keep the screamer. Notice that I didn't deploy the screamer right away. I want to get my 4 bay rocks out first, and then I want to sort of control the center of my base and put it on defense. So the way I do that is I press stop, and by pressing stop, the drones for the Oxford and the drones for the Devon will come out, and then I can press defense again, because what I want is see, I pressed stop and then defend, because I want the drones to not be in the center, because if something decides to shoot them, it'll shoot either my screamer or my sea wizard or something like that. So I don't want that. So it's important to, make sure that the center of your base, because this black aura is so tiny. So I take a little bit of time to make sure that everything is in the center. And then after I kind of get it all under control, I bring my screamer in, because on this bonus base, the aircraft start to come right away. And here's another pro tip. If you open a package, like this package right here, and you haven't deployed your screamer, it's going to add, because it's broken, it's going to add to your platoon count, and then you won't be able to deploy your screamer, and you'll have to end attack. So you got to be careful about making sure that your screamer is deployed. Look up in the corner, make sure that it's deployed. Make sure you got that green line there underneath it showing its health, because then you can know that it is deployed. Another good thing about that is as those green lines take damage, it turns to yellow and then orange and then red, so you can know if you're at full health or not. The green lines underneath those 2 platoons indicate that they're at basically full health. See, we're not even anywhere near the amount of aircraft that'll be coming out. You'll see here in a second, when we get to wave 3, it's insane how many aircraft are coming out. I was like, okay, well, that's got to be it. And then, no, here comes more. Like right there, that's 40 or so aircraft. Now, a lot of them are dying quickly because the Sea Wizard is taking them out. But if you looked at it right at the beginning, that was like 40, 45, maybe even 50 helicopters. And that was only wave 2. Here we get ready for wave 3. This is when the aircraft really start piling on. So they come out right away, but you've also got ground units to watch, and watch how many helicopters. I don't think I've stopped and tried to count them, but it is a lot of helicopters. This is nothing right here. That's at least 50 helicopters that were there. The Sea Wizard has killed a bunch of them already. Half of them have been dead, but that is a lot of helicopters. But just keep an eye on it. You'll see this is nothing. Round 1, or actually that's round 2 of wave 3. Let's see how many rounds they're going to throw at us, because on this holdout before, I've never seen this many rounds in a wave. There you go, probably 60 helicopters. Notice how quickly the Sea Wizard is taking them out. So if you don't have the Sea Wizard, that's what I was saying. I don't think you can do it. I mean, I'm sure it can be done, but you're going to take a lot of damage. All right. round 4 of wave 3. Typically three rounds in a wave, and that's it. Here we are, round 4 already. You know, that's 50 or 60 helicopters for sure. And if you add all these helicopters up, you know, you're at way over 250 helicopters for this wave. So here we go, round 5 of wave 3. See, by now you saw how quickly we got through round 1 and or wave 1 and 2, right? I hadn't counted the waves before, or the rounds before, but I was like, it seemed like it was endless. The one good thing about this wave 3 is that there's very light ground traffic coming in to distract anything, but primarily the Sea Wizard is taking these out, primarily. My Bayrox are taking out a few, but the Sea Wizard takes out chunks of them at the same time. Okay, so 6 rounds, which is twice what is normal in a certain wave. But notice down there that it's still instant repair. See, there's no going back to the base or anything like that. So even though this looks like a very tiny platoon, not much is in there, but it's exactly what you need. 4 Bayrox, Oxford, Devon, Sea Wizard, and 1 Screamer. Just a couple of tricks that I showed you there. So if you don't listen to this video and you try to do it, maybe you'll get screwed up, because like I said, put Oxford on defense, put Devon on defense, put the Bayrox out at the edge of the black circle. Maybe it is doing a little bit of work, but it doesn't seem to be working properly. And that's it for this video. I guess I can show you my units. Oxford is level 15. Sea Wizard is level 10. And my Bayrox are max level, which is 30. My tech center is under construction, so I can't go in that way. I got to go in another way, but there you go. Sea Wizard, Oxford, and Bayrock. Alright guys, once again, hope it was helpful. Have a good one. We'll see you next time. Don't forget to use your XP bonus, and this event should be over quickly.